Shalom Chaverim, today we'll be learning how to introduce ourselves and some pronouns as well. Bon natchil, let's begin. So unlike English, Hebrew is not a dominating gender-neutral language. Both verbs and nouns have feminine and masculine attributes or forms. So we'll go over our first word, ani. Ani. The word ani means I. In this case, ani applies to both female and male because it is first person. So let's see how we can use ani in a sentence. Ani ish. Ani ish. I am a man. There is no direct translation in Hebrew for the word am. It is implied. So it is literally I, man. Ani, man. Or Ani isha. Ani isha. I am a woman. Our next noun is for you in masculine. Ata. Ata. Ata ish. Ata ish. You are a man. Though ata is a masculine word, in certain situations it can apply to women as well. So for example, let's say you're in a room with 20 women and one man. You would now address the woman and the man in masculine using ata or atem. Another example, let's say you're filling out a form to open a bank account, and it says at the very ending, do you declare that all the information that you wrote is true? Now, because both men and women would be filling out the same form to open a bank account, we would have to make sure that the male presence is addressed. In Eastern culture, it is very important to address the men. Next, we have you in feminine. At. At. At isha. At isha. You are a woman. So let's see what you remember. We are going to play a little game. Choose the correct translation for the word I. Our first option is aleph, ata, ata, or bet, which is ani, ani, or option gimel, at, at. If you chose bet, ani, you were correct. Very good. Tov meod. Very good. Choose the correct translation for you in masculine. Aleph, ani, ani, or bet, at, gimel, ata, ata. If you chose gimel, you were also correct. Tov meod. Let's continue. Choose the correct translation for you in feminine. Aleph, at, bet, ani, ani, or gimel, ata, ata. If you chose aleph, at, you were correct. Tov meod. You're good at this. Let's continue. Up next, we'll be going over self-introductions, how to introduce ourselves. In Hebrew, we call this hatzaga atzmit. Hatzaga atzmit. The word hatzaga is the word for a show or a performance, and atzmit means self, like self-performance or self-show in other words. Imagine you are meeting someone new for the very first time. What would you say? Listen to this conversation.
שלום, אני רובן. מי את?
אני טובה. נעים מאוד.
נעים מאוד.
Now listen again. שלום, אני טובה. מי אתה?
אני רובן. נעים מאוד.
נעים מאוד. If you were listening closely, you should have heard the phrase mi, ata. Tova asked Ruben, mi ata? Mi ata? Do you remember what the word ata means? Ata means you, masculine. But what does me mean? The word me means who. So the phrase mi ata means who are you? In other words, what's your name? Ruben also asked Tova, mi at? Mi at? Do you remember what at means? Tov meod. At means you in feminine. Mi at. Can you guess what mi at means? Very good. Mi at means who are you? To the female. So let's practice. Ani. We learned earlier that ani means I. So if I wanted to say my name is Shmira or I am Shmira, I would say ani Shmira. So you try it. Say ani and add your name. Metsuyan, excellent. We also heard Tova and Ruben in their conversation by saying Naim meod. Naim meod. Naim meod is a simple way to say nice to meet you, but it means very pleasant. So after you finish introducing yourself to somebody, you could say Naim meod. Now it's your turn. You are going to introduce yourself to me. But first, I'll start. Shalom, ani Shmira. Mi ata? Naim meod. Now you're going to introduce yourself to me. Ani Shmira. Naim meod. Kol hakavod. You had your very first conversation. See you next time.